Today I'm going to show you how to make the most amazing Brussels sprouts. And I think this one you may be able to get your kids to eat it. So I'm going to start off with some really fresh Brussels sprouts. I went to the farmer's market this morning and got some nice Brussels sprouts. And what you want to do is you want to just take a knife and cut off that outer layer, the stem really, and then the outer layer of leaves. They'll actually just fall right off, and you know that those are the ones that you should not eat. They don't have a lot of flavor, a little bit bitter. So if you see, I just run my finger right by it, and the leaves just fall off. So I've already washed these ones, so that's the nice part. I'm just going to keep on going there and taking off all those stems, extra leaves, and that one doesn't look so good. I'm not going to use that one. One of my favorite things to do is go to the farmer's market and find good fresh produce, and Brussels sprouts is no exception. So as you can tell, I've got a nice basket of Brussels sprouts. I've already gone ahead and washed those, and I like to use these little baskets because it makes my life easier. I don't have to go into the sink and drain it all out. So I'm going to take those to a nice hot pot of boiling water, and I've been boiling that water for about 15 minutes here. I'm going to add some salt. If you don't put that salt in the water, this is really our only opportunity to get that nice and salted. We can still add salt later, but I don't want to do that. I really want to layer in some flavors as we're going along. So that's going to go into the water for about 10 minutes. Alright, so I got rid of all my extra stems and extra leaves. I'm going to take just 2 pieces of bacon. I know, some of us aren't eating bacon, and I really don't eat a whole lot of bacon either. In fact, probably maybe a couple times a year I eat bacon. So I'm just going to chop those up. They don't have to be precise. They don't have to be really small. Even some chunks, because that's just going to turn into really small bacon bits. And really, I'm not doing this because I want a lot of bacon with this dish. I'm only doing this because I really want to add some flavor to this dish. And so this is going to give it a nice saltiness, and it's going to give it all the fat that I need. I really don't want to add a whole lot of fat to this dish either. So 2 strips of bacon is plenty. No need to add any more. My stove, again, I'm going to use a cast iron skillet. I really like the cast iron. And I want to get that nice and hot. No need for me to add any fat to the pan. The bacon is going to render enough, so I don't need to add any additional. Alright, so I've got my bacon cubed up. Alright, so I've got my pan nice and hot, and I've got 2 strips of bacon. And I just want to get those into a hot pan. Alright, so I've got my bacon on the stove, I've got the Brussels sprouts and some hot water. And now I'm just going to take maybe less than a half of an onion. I don't need a lot just because I'm only extracting the flavors here. It's going to get a little caramelized in the pan, so I just want to dice up a little bit of a white onion. You can use red, you can use yellow. I like the white for this dish. And again, it doesn't have to be precise, it doesn't have to be super small or super large. It's all going to cook out. I've got the bacon on the cooktop with the onions, and those are rendering nicely. And I'm going to take a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Now this is barrel-aged balsamic, and as you can tell, it's pretty thick. It's much thicker than ordinary balsamic vinegar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that. Now my bacon and my onions are nicely rendered and cooked. And I'm going to take that, just about a quarter of a cup of balsamic vinegar. Oh, it smells really good. Now I like the smell of balsamic vinegar, some people don't. And to that, my Brussels sprouts are nice and soft. I'm going to take those right out of the water, and you see how nice and easy it was just to pull it out of the basket instead of going over to a strainer. And those are going to go directly into the balsamic, bacon, and onion mixture. Now I just want to get those Brussels sprouts nicely coated. I'm going to add just a pinch of salt, just a little, not a lot. Bacon already has enough. And a little bit of pepper. And under a 500-degree broiler, those are Brussels sprouts. I'm excited. 10 minutes and you're going to have the most amazing Brussels sprouts. All right. You know what time it is. Oh, look at that. Nice and tender. And I like to just serve it in a smaller dish. Ah, that one's trying to get away from me there. Oh, that one's trying to get away from me too. Those must be the ones that I've got to eat. All right, and there you have it. Brussels sprouts with balsamic glaze, a little bit of bacon, and white onion. Now that is a good Brussels sprout. For this and other recipes, go to my website at portionyourplate.com.